Okay, so I think we may be at video 6. I'm kind of losing track of the automata. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to create the handle. So before we get started, when we last left off, we had just created the axle. So if we were to take a look at the technical drawings, so what we have here is we have this upper part here has a diameter of about a 1/2 inch or a radius of a 1/4 inch. We have a hole here that's going to fit over that's going to cause the handle to fit over the axle, and that's 0.26 by 0.26. We have the handle here that's sticking up. That's a 1/4 inch in diameter, and the distance of the origin of the square hole here to the distance of the actual handle is 1.5 inches. And we see that the handle part extrudes up by 3/4 inch. So let's go back to our automata. I'm going to come up here to my cube and I'm going to click the right side. I need to, in my browser, I need to make sure this top lever here is activated. And of course, we're going to create a new component and we're going to call this handle. And I'm going to click OK. So now our handle component should be the active component. If it's not, go ahead and click this to make sure the data is inside to ensure that it's the active component. Now, I'm now going to create a new sketch, and I'm going to click here. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. So I'm going to escape out of that. I'm going to create a new sketch, and I'm going to click this side panel here. I'm going to enlarge it so I can see it. So I'm going to click my center diameter tool, and I'm going to use the origin here, and I'm going to create a center diameter circle that's a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to accept it. Now, to make things easier so I can see it, I'm going to come over here to my browser and I'm going to make everything invisible. And you know what? I'm just going to bring my axle up so I can see the background of my axle here, the little faded part of my axle. And we know that we have a smaller hole that's about 1.5 inches down. And we're going to make that 0.25. We know that these two should be 1.5 inches away. From each other. I'm then going to use my line tool, and I'm going to connect from the edge of that circle to the edge of this circle, edge of my top circle to the bottom of my circle on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and accept. I'm going to extrude. Everything about 0.25. Oops, I clicked the wrong thing. Extrude. There we go. 0.25. I'm going to go ahead and make that axle disappear. So everything is now 0.25. So now I'm going to go ahead and accept. I'm now going to create a new sketch. And I'm going to click on the beginnings of my handle. I'm going to click the center diameter. And I'm not going to click, I'm just going to kind of go and see if I can find the center. So that's the center of my circle. And I'm going to go down until it aligns with the outside of this circle. See how it gives me a little X? And so I know that's a 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to extrude that to 0.75. Oh, we want to go the other way. We're going to, and that needs to be negative 0.75. And change that from cut to new body, click OK. And now we have our handle complete. Actually, I think, that's going the wrong way. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to edit that feature, and let's go ahead and make it positive. And there we go. So the next thing we need to do, with our handle selected, we need to go to Assemble, and we're going to choose As Built Joint. And I'm going to choose that axle and my handle. We want that to be rigid. And then click OK. And that should rotate our axle. Now I'm going to go back and make everything visible. I'm just going to open everything up to make sure everything is visible, except the origins. And that's the handle.